What's up, guys? Here's how I went from being a 105-pound freshman in high school who was unconfident, hated where he was, and was unhealthily skinny to building the best physique I could have ever dreamed of, being insanely confident now and loving where I am in life. So, here is how I went from being that 105-pound freshman who got picked on by his own football teammates to building the best physique I could ever dream of and that I'm actually proud of, and I'm helping other men do the exact same thing. And I did all of this without any fancy certifications, following some stupid complicated diet plan, or giving up the foods that I actually enjoy. Because if you are just using a diet that is foods that you hate, how are you expected to stick to the plan? You can't sustain something that you don't enjoy. So here is my journey. Let me be real with you for a minute. Growing up, I was this skinny kid. I really was. My freshman year of high school, I weighed 105 pounds and I wanted to play football. And if you know anything about football, you cannot play football at 105 pounds, bro. You're just going to get bodied. So the older kids decided to pick on me. And that actually really determined me to change. So I started working out and I tried to gain weight. And dude, it really, really did bother me deep down. They used to literally just straight up push me around at practice, literally push me around, and even in the locker room sometimes. And when I was trying to gain weight, it was a struggle at first. It really was, and I had no idea where I was going, absolutely no idea. But I slowly did start to make progress, and then I did end up coming to one of my lowest points. I went through a tough breakup, and that was when I was still skinny, so I felt like I had nothing. I really did, and in school, honestly, I didn't have that many friends, so I felt alone. I really did. In high school, I didn't have many, but outside of it, I had a couple. But really, just when I was at school, I was just like, it was just me. And I continued to work on myself because that was the only thing that helped me feel like I had a purpose. But it took years, but I finally did it. So something interesting happened a year later after my freshman year. Some of the guys who made fun of me for being skinny my freshman year actually started asking me for some little advice. Into my junior year, it was spring workouts. I remember it vividly. I was walking to the first day of spring workouts, and story before. So my freshman year, I was walking through the halls of my own quarterback on the JV team. He said, "Yo, Zusai, why are you wearing those shorts if you have nothing to show off?" I was wearing khaki shorts. If you know anything about khaki shorts, they're a little tight. And I had small legs, so he really humiliated me in front of everyone. So then I walk into the the junior year spring practice, and he literally comes up to me and asks, "Yo, Zusai, how did you grow your legs like that, bro? Like, what's your workout plan?" And that's when I realized like I was onto something. So that same day, I literally walked out. I didn't even answer him. I walked out of the practice. I quit football and focused entirely on lifting and building my physique. And I actually also started posting my journey on social media during my last 2 years of high school. But of course, people made fun of that too. They laughed at the idea that I thought I could like actually do something on fitness on social media. But dude, I didn't listen. I didn't care. I don't know. I don't talk to any of those kids from high school anymore. So who cares what they had to say at all? I kept going. But again, I really had no real guidance. And I took my bulk too far. As you can see right here, I gained weight, but a lot of it was fat and not muscle, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I was trying. I was so unconfident. I had the worst acne in the world, bro. Face full, coated in acne, back acne. It was the most humiliating thing. I had to walk around every single day, full red face. And that's when I realized I was onto something important. Nobody was coming to save me. Nobody was going to stop the football players from pushing me around. And nobody was going to make me feel better about my breakup. And the only person that could change my situation was myself through physical and mental transformations. So I fully committed to transforming my body. I researched proper training techniques. I researched proper nutrition. I tracked every workout, meal, every little detail. Progress was slow at first, but it was happening. If you talk to anyone in my family or my close friends at the time, all I cared about was fitness. I lived, breathed, sweat. Everything was fitness. I would go to the gym for 3 hours a day. I would eat so much food. I cared so much about changing. Like, it was my life. And I learned a lot from that. I made mistakes. I wasn't perfect, but it became my life. And it doesn't have to be for you, but I cared that much about changing. Month after month, I got stronger. I learned the right way to eat for muscle growth. I corrected my forms of my exercises, and I discovered what actually works versus what's some gym mythology, I just threw away all the bullshit. The transformation wasn't just physical. It grew my confidence with each pound of muscle. The people who used to ignore me started to notice, and some of the guys who picked on me again, more wanted advice. This picture right here was after this, right after that. This was the bulk, this was the cut. Most confidence ever. And I actually went on a bulk after that. I got fat again and I learned, and then I got to here. So, most importantly, I started to feel proud with what I saw in the mirror. Not just because of how I looked, but because I proved to myself that I could set a difficult goal for myself and achieve it through consistency and hard work. That's the best feeling in the world, when you finally make yourself proud. I promise you, all of you can't even imagine how good it feels. Going from that 105-pound freshman to a confident, muscular physique taught me something crucial. The progress is everything. The daily habits, the consistent effort, and the gradual building of momentum, that's what creates real lasting transformations. And now I've refined the exact process to help other guys who are struggling just like I was, just like me, and men who are tired of feeling skinny, weak, overweight, and sluggish. Guys who want to look in the mirror and actually like what they see. The transformation wasn't easy, but the process I discovered was everything, and it can do the same for you, the same exact thing. So this video is for you if you're sick of trying to lose weight but you're seeing no results, trying countless diets and workout plans, but it feels like your body's just fighting against you, and you're starting to believe maybe it's just built this way. You're struggling to gain muscle and weight. You hit the gym consistently and you don't see the gains you want. You're tired of being the skinny guy who just disappears when you turn sideways. I couldn't explain that feeling enough. It's the worst. And you're beginning to think that some people can't just build muscle. It's not true. Having no time for complicated fitness plans between work, family, other commitments. You barely even have time to breathe, let alone some complicated workout plan. Meal prepping for hours every Sunday. Starting and stopping with real consistency. You get motivated, you go all in for a week or two, and then something gets in the way, disrupts your routine, and now you're back to zero. Each time you restart, it feels like it's harder, and the failure chips away at your belief that you can actually change your body. Now this video is for you if you want a body that you're actually proud of. Just imagine for a second looking in the mirror and genuinely liking what you see. How good would that make you feel? The sense of accomplishment when your clothes fit better, or when you don't need to buy new clothes, or when you actually need to buy new clothes because the old ones are too big. That's what's possible with the right approach. Natural energy throughout the day. What if you could wake up in the morning feeling refreshed instead of dragging yourself out of bed? Real fitness isn't just about how you look, it's about how you feel every single day. Getting out of bed, super energized, not dragging yourself out. And the mental strength that comes from physical discipline. Dude, the confidence that you build in the gym extends to every area of your life. Imagine the self-assurance in the business meetings, your social situations, your relationships with people, personal challenges, and when you have the discipline to stick to something difficult and succeed. This video is for you. So here's some of my case studies. First off, we got Tyler. His situation before working with me is he needed to make a change in his life. He hit a plateau within his fat loss and he needed to see a change. But he didn't know the next step to make real weight loss. And now he's gone from 270 to 224. Matter of fact, right now he's at 221. Yesterday, 221. Almost 50 pounds lost. And now he needs to go buy new clothes because his old ones are too big. And he instantly started losing a pound a week just from these small meal adjustments and the addition of cardio. And the most important thing for him within my program was the one-on-one guidance, daily texting, weekly accountability calls that helped him stay accountable and make the changes when needed. And here's another one of my great clients, Sammy. He was unable to lose weight, had no vision of where he wanted to go, and he lost 10 pounds in 10 weeks. That's healthy, consistent progress right there. After just the first week together, he started to lose a pound per week. And the one-on-one guidance is the most important thing for him. The direct outline that he got personalized to him. The consistent weekly calls that helped him stay on track and not fall off, as well as fixing any mistakes and struggles that he had along the way. Another two guys, Gabriel. Before working with Carter, I lacked consistency over the long term. it was hard to find a balance in a fulfilling diet that helped me get results that I wanted. And the specific results that he achieved was, since starting, he lost 20 pounds and toned up while filling out his upper body. And he saw the result. The results took a while, but we had to find the best balance for him. Once it clicked, it was a game changer. And the specific thing that he loved was the tutorials on all of my workouts. He loves watching the personalized workouts that I have for him, and the weekly calls have been the most helpful because they helped him stay consistent and disciplined and helped him isolate the muscle groups while lifting. And then my last guy, Hunter, didn't know the next steps. He always wanted to make a change but didn't know where to start. He tried and failed and tried and failed. He had low confidence and didn't want to take his shirt off at the beach. He didn't even want to take his shirt off at the beach, at the pool. How do you think that made him feel? And I'm sure that's probably the same for you. And since starting, he's lost over 60 pounds and built tons of muscle. Look at this transformation. And he saw results just in 2 months after he implemented the blueprint made for him. And that most important thing, again, was the one-on-one personalization. Help having me by his side, working him hard in the times that he needed it. Guys, it is so possible if you want it for yourself. I will guide you to success. So here's why you've been failing the entire time. You've been trying to get in shape before, but you keep ending up frustrated and then just laying back at square one. I'm going to be straight up with you. You're just doing it all wrong, bro. Stop trying to change everything at once. It's not that getting in shape is impossible. It's that you've been trying to transform overnight instead of building sustainable habits. You've been caught in this cycle of getting motivated and trying to make this extreme plan. Then you try to change everything at once, your diet, your workout, sleep, and your water intake. And you stick to it for a week or two. You're doing great, but then life happens. You skip a workout or a meal, and now you quit. You failed up and you gave it up completely. You wait until you're motivated again, and then you repeat it, and you're still out of shape. Guys, stop trying to jump into everything at once. And you wonder why you're still struggling, bro. All these fitness influencers tell you that you have to go all in from day one. You need to cut out all your favorite foods, train 6 days a week, and completely transform your life overnight. Wake up and be a new person. That's complete nonsense. That's just not how sustainable fitness is built. Why keep believing this when you could learn from someone who actually transformed their body from the ground up? And I'm not talking about theory. I'm showing you exactly what's working right now for me and my clients. So here's why this process works when others don't. It's built on gradual habit stacking, not overnight change. Most fitness programs are going to throw you into this overhaul in your entire life on day one. This process is centered on building one sustainable habit at a time. When you stack habits gradually, you're going to stick to them long term. So for example, you start with tracking your meals every single day. Once you can do that consistently, then you add 10K steps a day. Now you can track your meals every day. Now you can do 10K steps a day. Now you can go to the gym 3 times a week. Stack, 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 win, win, win. And it also focuses on education, not just instructions. Instead of just telling you what to do, I teach you why you're doing it. When you understand the science behind nutrition and training, you make smart adjustments when life throws curveballs. This is why education allows you to maintain your results forever. That's what I want. I want to be your last coach. So here's the 5-step process that changed everything for me. Achieving your confident physique without wasting any more time. Step 1, goal setting. With your deep why. What is it? Establishing a clear, mindful goal based on what truly motivates you, not just I want abs. It's always deeper than I want abs. So this matters because most people fail since they have a superficial goal with no emotional connection. When the initial motivation fades, it always will fade. They have nothing deeper to keep them going. Find that deep reason. Without a powerful why, any obstacle becomes an excuse for you to quit. So we're gonna dig to find what really drives you. Maybe it's setting an example for your kids, regaining confidence after a breakup, proving to yourself that you can actually follow through. This emotional connection becomes your anchor when motivation wanes, when motivation falls. So what happens when you get this right, guys? You develop an unshakable resolve. As you saw, my client Tyler started with surface level goals, but he discovered his deep why, and now he's regaining control of his life after letting himself go. This clarity helped him lose 50 pounds when nothing else had worked. So number 2, what is it? Gradual habit stacking. Building sustainable habits one at a time instead of overwhelming yourself when with a complete lifestyle overhaul. And this matters because the number one reason why people fail is that you're trying to change everything at once. They attempt this perfect nutrition, training, and recovery from day one, but then you get burnt out within weeks and abandon everything. This all or nothing approach is why most fitness plans fail. So we're gonna start with just one manageable habit, like hitting 10K steps daily. Once that becomes automatic, like you can do that, no questions asked, we add tracking your food. Then we introduce your structured training. Each new habit builds on foundations of existing success, creating momentum instead of overwhelming you. And what happens when you get this? You get consistent progress without burnout. Look at Tyler's progress. 50 pounds gone. 270 to 221. Now 3, building unstoppable momentum. Guys, with momentum, anything is possible. Leveraging your growth streak of small wins to create confidence and consistency that fuel your bigger results. And this matters because most fitness journeys fail because people don't see results fast enough. They make small progress, but you don't even recognize it. Then you get discouraged, you quit. Before the compound effects kick in, you never get to experience that momentum that transforms slow progress into dramatic change. We're gonna track and celebrate every small win, no matter how small. The first week you're hitting your step goal, bang, that's a win. The first time you meal prep successful, bang, that's a win. These victories build confidence and creates consistency, which is then gonna accelerate your results. And what happens when you do this? Results seem slow, but suddenly accelerate. My client Tyler struggled with consistency for years. By focusing on momentum rather than perfection, he's lost 50 pounds and significantly transformed his upper body. Guys, he's losing 1 pound per week. Yeah, it seems small, but we've been working for months on end now and he's down 50 pounds. 50 pounds. Momentum. 4, reaching your goal and setting new heights. This is where your results come in. Achieving your initial goal and immediately establishing new challenges to maintain process. And this matters because many people reach their goal or they get close to it and then they lose direction. Without setting a new target for yourself, they just gradually slip back into their old habits and then they lose their hard-earned progress. You're gonna lose everything. The end of one goal should be the beginning of a new phase, not the end of your journey. And the solution is, as you approach your initial goal, we begin planning your next challenge. This might be a specific muscle group thing, tackling a fitness event like a 5K or setting new strength benchmarks. The journey evolves rather than just ending. And what happens when you do this? You create sustainable lifelong fitness instead of temporary results. Now, the 5th thing and the final thing, you get direct one-on-one access and accountability to me. Even with a perfect blueprint, with guaranteed results when followed, I know from personal experience as a coach that 90% of this process is all in your head. So, one-on-one check-ins weekly and constant accountability to guarantee that you are pushed in the right direction at all times might be the exact step that you need to be in shape for the rest of your life. Imagine that feeling, being in the shape for the rest of your life. So, what are your next steps? If you want to achieve the most confident and shredded physique that you're actually proud of without stressing about time, without wasting time on these useless plans, with a motivated coach and a community backing you the whole way, I want you to press the link below and fill out the form to see if you qualify and book your free consultation to get started today and see your life change before your eyes. Guys, if you want to change your life, this is the next step. Put your ego aside and take the help that is right in front of you. You've wanted this for yourself so long and now you have an opportunity. Put your ego aside. Take these small steps, even just through this free video. Do this and you see your life change before your eyes. Take those slow wins, start stacking them and stacking them and stacking them. Work on yourself, want it for yourself, because nobody's going to want it for you as bad as you want it for yourself. It's all you versus you. Don't sabotage yourself. Go kill it. I love you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.